What's going on, my good people? Today we're in my small backyard garden about to make a DIY compost bin using this 32-gallon trash can purchased from Walmart. So I'll show you why I need a compost bin, why you need a compost bin if you're trying to do some gardening. We'll put this thing together. We'll go over the price that it cost me and the time and the effort that it takes to make it. So if you have a garden, one of the things you'll learn that you need is your own compost bin. I built one about this time last year, but I hadn't been able to actually use the compost out of it because I only made one. So that tells me I need to make another one, and that's what we're doing today. The first one, I just take a look at it right here. The first one, I just put a couple of pieces of wood together, 3x3, and every day I started adding a compost to it. So I wasn't using table scraps or nothing like that, but I was using the cuttings that we were using to prepare the food. Nothing but vegetables, vegetables and fruits. No meat products, no table scraps like after we eat or nothing like that. So I would just start filling it up with that, adding some soil, and that's it. But I never really got a chance to use the compost bin because I only had that one. That would mean that I would have to stop composting in order to let it do its thing. But we got so used to compost and I never stopped using it, so that led me to having to create this second one. So I'll be able to let it sit and then I'll rebuild. So the only thing you really need for this compost bin is your 32-gallon trash can. I got this for Walmart. I think it was less than 20 bucks. A drill and a drill bit, and if you don't have a hole saw, I'm going to use a box cutter to cut the holes in mine. So basically what you want to do is, it's kind of dirty, you want to come through and drill holes all the way up and down, space it out and do it all the way around the trash can, and then at the bottom you want a bunch of big holes. So the reason for that is going to be for the drainage, and I'll show you the hole that I had to dig, that I dug, and I'll set this trash can in that, and we'll fill it up and do its thing. So once I get all the holes cut out the way I want them, I'll set it in spot and I'll fill it up. I'm going to actually fill it up with the compost that I've been making for over a year now, and let it finish doing this thing, and then I'll rebuild that one in another location and I start all over again. So your boy have two compost bins, and if it comes to the point where I need to add a second trash can and get rid of the open compost bin, I'll do that. But right now I just have a small garden, so I don't think I'm gonna need that much. But anyway, let me show you how I'm gonna make this thing. It's gonna be pretty quick. So all I did was, you see that I just put holes in it all the way up and down. So I'm gonna do that all the way around the trash can. Then I'll make the holes at the bottom. Now I'm not really, there is no real measurement or nothing on how I want to place the holes. I'm just making them, so it's not gonna be even, it's not gonna be pretty. But hey man, it's a trash can in the backyard made for a compost bin. So I ain't gonna pull out no tape measure or nothing like that to get this thing perfect. I'm actually getting tired of drilling all these holes, so the space is gonna get a little further apart. So I have the holes drilled out on the sides. I don't have a hole bit, so I'll drill some holes in the bottom of this trash can, and then I'll take a box cutter and just cut bigger holes. We do want bigger holes at the bottom for drainage. You understand what I'm saying? So let me go ahead and get those in there. I'm actually tired of drilling holes. Did I tell y'all that? Let's see how much easier this will be with just a box cutter. So it's not gonna be holes. It's not gonna be holes. It's gonna be triangles. All right, so the box cutter is a no-go cutting into this trash can, but I guess we should have known that, huh? So I went and got some snips. These are some 10 snips, so we know it's gonna cut into this trash can. I already did one hole here, so let me go and get these holes cut out and be just about done with this thing. Alright, as you can see, it's not perfect. And it don't have to be perfect, man. It's going in the ground. So you will need some type of cutters or a hole saw to do those, or we'll make it a little bit rough. You see the challenge I was gonna have if I didn't have the 10 snips. So you will need something to be able to make those. You can get the little hole saws at Walmart or one of your little box stores or something like that. Then that's the finished product with all the holes. So I just spaced the holes out up and down for air, and then so now I'll take this, put it in the ground in the hole that I dug, and we'll fill it up. Yeah, so that should be pretty good. I got it in the hole that I dug out. It's kind of sunken in a little bit. I think it's sunken in far enough. I can adjust it later if I need to. But yeah, so next thing to do is I'm going to take the compost from the bed that I had already worked on. Let me let you guys take a look at that. So this is the compost bin that I started over a year ago. Like I said, I hadn't been able to use the soil out of it, but I have been getting a bunch of the rescue plants out of there. Your honeydew melons, tomatoes, and all of that good stuff. So that's after about a year, a little bit over a year. And like I said, the only thing we've been putting in this bed is your eggshells and all the cuttings from the fruits and the vegetables that we use to prepare our meals, and some of the stuff from the garden bed. Like I just threw those lettuce in there that we're not going to be using. So I hadn't been able to use this compost in this thing, so I moved this compost to the trash can and restart this one. Here we go. All right, so your boy done worked up a little sweat. I got the DIY compost bin in the ground and filled up. I took the compost from the in-ground compost that I started over a year ago, put it into here. So I was actually surprised with a year of compost and how much it actually was. It looks a little deceiving on the ground like that, but I damn near filled up this trash can, so that's pretty good for me, simply for the fact we were only using, like I said, the cuttings from the fruits and the vegetables. You know, sometimes we use some parchment paper, some of the other things, but no meat products went into that composting bin. No table scraps from after cooking. Just, you know, we took the old produce out the refrigerator that went bad, everything like that. That's why it made it easier for me to take a bunch of the cuttings or the seedlings that was popping up out of the compost bin. And yeah, even while I was filling this up, I had to save a few of them. I'll show you that. I appreciate you guys hanging in there with me, building this DIY compost bin. If you have a small garden, then you know you need to get one of these. I'm telling you, you should have one. I believe it helps the growth of your plants a whole lot better than the store-bought soil. That's just me. All right, let me show you where I took it from, where I put it at. So this was the compost bin that I built over a year ago, like I was telling you. Soil still looking pretty good. I won't reuse this as a compost bin. I'm gonna actually move it because it's a little too close to the raised beds that I have right there. But like I said, you guys know I had to save some plants. Those are some, I think, the poblano peppers. Then I know that's a tomato. And those are the honeydews, a bunch of the honeydews I was showing you. I may not use them, but I had to get them. So like I said, I took this compost that we've been piling on for over a year, put it in the DIY trash can that we made. That's pretty much it. So yeah, it filled up pretty good. The soil was already looking good. It's just the fact that we never stopped adding compost to it. We never stopped adding to it. So now that I have this built, I'll put this lid on it, shut it down, and I give you guys an update, I guess, in about, I update you in about 30 days, I guess, or so, just depending on how long it takes for me to feel like it's ready, and I let you guys know how long it took. So yeah. So once you get that where you want, I throw the lid on it, take the stickers off, clean up around me, and that's it. That's a finished product. So I appreciate you hanging out with your boy here in my small backyard garden doing this DIY compost bin. Like I said, if you got a small garden, build you a compost bin, go buy you one, start one in the ground, whatever suits you, but you need a compost bin. That's just my opinion again. So appreciate you guys hanging out again. Don't forget to like this channel, subscribe, come back and grow with your boy. All right now.